Okay, stop right there, Jake. Perfect. Alright. So, thanks for tuning back in. Last time we unboxed the Wing 3.5 set, and today we're going to put it up in the beautiful Clapham Common. As you can see, the wind is picking up. It's probably about to start to rain, but that's not going to stop us. So, we're going to rig one side using the Elephant Tree Pro here, and the lovely span set, as well as the shackle. I'm going to show you how that's done, with a few little hints and tips. This stuff is really easy to use. Let's rip off these parts there. You just hold on to those for a little bit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One, here's a little bit. If you tuck it in like that, there we go, beautiful, beautiful. Tuck it under. That'll hold that nice and solid right there. Other side, tuck it. Now we're ready for our span set. This little bad boy is going to be wrapped halfway round. It's going to increase the strength of it a little bit. Tuck underneath there. Feed, 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 feed. Well, let's go round. Tuck under here. Equalise, and we are ready to rock. All right, where's that shackle? Here it is. So we're going to do the line length this side. So let's chuck this bad boy out. Okay, good. It's really long. It's 25 meters. Pretty epic. Feed that through there. Feed that through there. Done, done, done. Little bit of a screw, and it's that easy. All right. So we're going to go rig the other side now with this bad boy ratchet. Jacob, follow me. Come on, come on, come on, Jake. Come on. Heel, heel. So this is one I rigged earlier in a Blue Peter styling. Exactly the same way. And the nice thing about these kits is that they're really easy, really fast, as you can see, to set up. So we'll just unhook this. Good. Pop that on there. Feed it. And we're done. Almost. Alright. So I've got my line here. Obviously there's 25 meters. We're absolutely nowhere near the end of this line. It's absolutely monstrous. Awesome, because it means it'll grow with you. Oh, look at how much line there is. Jesus. It's like a long line. So let's talk a little bit about the webbing as we're going. As I mentioned, it is a hybrid. We're going to set it up at kind of a medium tension right now. Now the nice thing about these kits, right, is that if you try to set up a standard flat webbing, 50mm, at a medium tension, it's going to be dull, honestly. It's going to be a lot of fun to walk. You watching? Here we go. So we're feeding through, standard way. Feed through those bumpers. As you can see, the bumper's working nicely there. Oh, look at that, bumper action. And let's pull through. So I'm just going to feed with one hand, pull with the other. Look at that. Feeding beautifully. Those bumpers protecting the line against the metal, both in the tensioning and in the detensioning. Nice longevity, that's what we like to see. Okay, so important with these really long lines, this is a few people have had these problems. You got to make sure you hand tension quite a lot, because otherwise you end up with quite a bit of webbing in the spool, and sometimes that webbing can end up crossing over and cross-loading, and you get this weird sort of movement in the line. So make sure you hand tension to a pretty good tension there. That's fine. Right, now we can start the crank. Like any other ratchet, you just crank it a little bit, and we're pretty much done. As I said, it's a bit windy today, so there's a lot of movement in this line. No worries. We love a nice dynamic line. Little tip for you here, straight out of Slacklines from Clapham Common. There are lots of dogs in parks, and dogs like to pee on things. So what I like to do is wrap my webbing, like that. And if you get a little bit here, you can give it a few little turns just to hold it in place. If you tuck this part through there, and then through the webbing, and then over the top, like that, that will now hold that nice and tight for you. And look, a dog can happily come along and pee on this tree, and your webbing doesn't get covered in dog pee, which is a good thing. Yeah, awesome. Right, so that is now set up. That probably took maybe 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Jake, what do you think? Look at that. so much movement in the line. Oh, I can't even stay on it. So much movement on the line. It's such a dynamic line to play with. So different than the standard 50mm kits that you get. I'm not saying that those are bad, they're great for trick lining at high tension. So, let's have a little walk. Epic. Come on, hit. So, as you can see, that's walking at quite a low tension. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of movement in the line, which you normally wouldn't see with a ratchet kit. The lightness of the material, the weave, the way it's springy and bouncy, like it's just great. So let's crank it up a little bit and see what it's like at a higher tension. Let's have a little play. So it's a completely different line now. So much movement, so much fun, and this is only at like 15 meters or so. You got another 10 meters of line to play with, and the changes and characteristics are just going to be awesome. So, quick recap: super fast to set up, nice and light, great travel kit, fun webbing to walk with, great webbing to learn on, great webbing to progress on. The length of the line that you get with this kit means that it'll be growing with you for ages. Tune in a little bit later and we might show you a quick sneaky peek of a primitive rig that Jake is going to be taking on his travels with us. But if you've got any other questions, tune on in. AnticSlackline.com. Stay safe, slackers. Welcome back, guys. I know I promised you a real quick segment at the very end on the primitive setup, so here it is, just to show you that it is possible with the Wing 3.5 kit. Jake's going traveling next year. He's planning on taking nothing but this, a couple of crabs and a couple of rappel rings, and it's going to be sweet.